What's up, guys? Back in the kayak. We're chasing, well, we don't know. It's a mystery today, just like every day. Which brings me to the sponsor of this video. Mystery Tackle Box. Thanks for sponsoring today's video. And today we're going to use this box, or at least the baits that are inside this box, to try and catch whatever's out here. I think we have a chance for main two are going to be striped bass and halibut. So first off, let me show you what's inside here. This is the inshore saltwater box. Here we go. So we have a little underspin jig head from Mustad. We have a little popper, or what do you call this? Like a bobber popper type thing. This has been perfect actually for mackerel in my last video. An actual popper, little red head, white body. We also have this interesting little crystal shrimp, a little diving, almost kind of like a crankbait, but in a shrimp shape. I think that might actually work. It looks kind of funky. I don't think I've ever used anything like this, but I think it has a chance to work out here. Some hooks, and last but not least, this jerk bait, suspending jerk bait, Strike Pro. So ½ ounce, dives down a couple feet. So this is actually what we're going to start off with. I'm marking a lot of bait and possibly bigger fish as well down close to the bottom. And this jerk bait only dives down, I think it says 2 feet. Yeah, 2 feet. So I'm going to add some weight to it or drop it down on like a Carolina type rig. 110, suspending, almost like your Lucky Craft type thing. But you can see it's got a green on top, blue, purple, pinkish, whatever, and then white on the bottom. Just your classic jerk bait. Alright, there we have it. Got our Carolina rig type deal. Weight to our leader, to our suspending jerk bait. I really like this actually. I think it's going to catch something. Anyways, let's get it down there where the fish are. Start trolling. Oh, I got one. Wow. Yeah, I think that's a
Oyster Point.
It's a PW, personal worst.
Hey, I told you there's halibut out here.
Well, guys, there's fish number one. That is a halibut, but it's a super small one. This is about, I think this is the smallest one I've ever got. But anyway, he's a future 30-pounder. So that's one of the species that we're after. It's a little halibut right there. Unfortunately, this is like a really small one. You can see it's white on one side, brown on the other. These get to gigantic. They can get like, I think the record is like 70 pounds, 60 pounds, something like that. Biggest I've caught is like 20 something. So they definitely get a lot bigger than this, but you know, that's a start right there. Clean release, right back down to the bottom. So I changed it up a little bit from when I was starting. I originally used the Carolina rig type setup, but now I'm dropping this down on a downrigger. Basically what this is a giant weight that'll allow me to hold my depth, whatever depth I want to fish at. And then once the fish hits it, well, normally if it's a big enough fish, it'll pop it off of the downrigger. There's a little clothespin that a line will pop off, and then you just kind of reel it in. I don't know if you saw in the last fish, but basically I popped it off manually because I was just checking my bait. Normally, if the fish, you know, any respectable size at least, will pull on the bait, it'll pop it off that clip, and then you just fight it in just like that. So we'll drop it back down, we'll try this again, see if we can get a bigger one. off. That had a bite though. Yep, we got him. We got him. I don't think it's a big one, but we got him. This jerk bait is doing work. Oh wow. Well, it's like a couple inches bigger. Well, that's another one, another baby.
You're right, you are stepping it up.
So these halibut, you can see, they're kind of like if you're an East Coast angler, Fluke, but these get a lot bigger here on the West Coast. This one obviously is not very big, but they got two eyes on the same side of their head right there. Most flatfish are predominantly either left-eyed or right-eyed, meaning if you were to stand the fish straight up and down, both the eyes are on one side of the head. So this is a left-eyed halibut. But halibut are actually pretty evenly split. I think it's like 60-40 or something, left eye and right eye. So anyway, that's another little one, very, very big at all. Probably about, I don't know, 8 inches or so. But another fish. This little jerkbait's doing well. And you know, don't be fooled if there's a lot of little ones like this. There's definitely some bigger ones mixed in. So we'll get them back down and see if we can get a bigger one. Oh, hello. Another one. 3 minutes in from the last one. We're on. This one's a little, I don't think it's big, but it's a little bit bigger. Oh, maybe not. I just hooked him funny. Wow. I think if I added all 3 of them up, maybe I'd have a keeper. Maybe.
I don't know about that.
Actually, yeah, probably not. I think I'm averaging like 6 inches. Again, not huge, but we need to find some bigger ones. We'll just get this one back really quick.
Turn that guy sideways and he disappears.
Yeah. They call this a pancake because it's so flat. They're flat, kind of shaped like a pancake. But anyway, another little guy. One thing to note with these halibut, they're super tidal oriented. So a lot of times when the tide is really ripping, you know, it's either coming in really fast or going out really fast, they won't bite as well right there during those times. And then when the tide is kind of slack tide, they call it, where it's either at the peak of the high or peak of the low, right around those times, that's when they tend to feed a lot more often. And that's kind of the case today. High tide is at 10:30 this morning, and right now it's at 10. So we kind of just, the last few fish we caught right before the high tide, when that tide was kind of slowing down, reaching the peak. So it's still coming in a little bit, but it's slowing down. It's not like a couple hours ago it was really coming in quick. So a lot of times if you want to target halibut, they say the ideal times are during slack tide. Kind of like surf fishing, target the high tide. Usually when you're halibut fishing, you want to target the slack tide. So we'll keep at it. Let's see if we can find a bigger one before this bite window ends. bite for sure. But I don't think he's on there. Maybe he is on there. Oh yeah, he is on there. It's just another small one, I think. Yeah. Yep. Oh, a little bit bigger. Slight upgrade. That one's maybe 10 inches. That little halibut there. We'll get him back. Oh, get this one back. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you learned a little something about working the tides for halibut. If you pay attention to the tides, you're almost guaranteed, nothing in fishing is guaranteed, but you're almost guaranteed to catch more fish. And here's one last look at the lure that did all the work today. It's this Strike Pro 110 suspending jerkbait. It's kind of like, if you watch my channel, I fished a lot of jerkbaits like the Lucky Craft, the Klisa, and the Surf. This is kind of like a little bit cheaper version of that. Same size, same amount of hooks, same build, pretty much the same design. And it did work today on the little halibut. I mean, I know we didn't catch any monsters, but rest assured, if there were big ones out there, they would have eaten this as well. And that's what did all the work in today's video. But if you want to get a mystery tackle box for yourself, once again, another shout out to Mystery Tackle Box for sponsoring today's video. If you want to get a box for yourself, click the link below and use the code DIEHARD and you'll get your first one for only $10. And if you're not interested in the box, check out their website. They got a regular tackle store on there as well. Plenty of stuff. This Strike Pro, if you want to get just this lure, that's on there as well. Check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. But anyways, thank you again to Mystery Tackle Box for sponsoring today's video. I'm sure I'll be doing more of these, so let me know what you want to see in the next MTB Slam. As you can tell, got a new drone. I'm very excited about that. Hopefully you enjoyed the drone shots I mixed in on this video. More of those to come. I'm gonna try my best not to sink it in the middle of the ocean or lake or river or any water source. That's the goal for now. We're probably gonna stick to land-based flights, at least for the time being. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.